looking up ahead. Some say I'm a dreamer. Some say I'm a dreamer. But I don't care. They can't change my dreams. Thinking I'ma quit before I die. Dream on.
We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back, my people. Welcome. Welcome to Flaco's View, episode 8. I'm very happy to be here with you. I am P. Flaco the Gangster, and I am an entertainer from Detroit, Michigan. And I'm very proud of my city. We are here. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we are relaxing. For most of you who watch me, you know that episode 8 did take me a little time because I have been extremely busy. A lot of personal and, serious things have been going on. A little bit that I'm going to touch on with you now, and, we'll continue to expand on what's happening as we go along and just try to take it one day at a time. But don't ever think that I'm not coming back, even though sometimes I have to take a break. I will be here for you guys so we can get it in and have a good time. Now, so for those of you who don't know, I am P. Flaco the Gangster. I am an entertainer. As far as entertaining, I like to make people laugh. I like to do music. I like to perform. I like to do my show. I like to mingle. I like to do anything that's going to keep you interested, in me and, consider me to be valuable. So, coming from Detroit has always been, something I've been very proud of. I would like to think that Detroiters are the most unique people on earth because we go through so much, adversity in such a diverse area, and we always continue to try to fight back or be strong and not let circumstances get us down. So shout out to my Detroit players out here. We on the map. Don't worry about it. A little bit about Flaco's View. Flaco's View is just a time we take out once a week. I try to have interviews. I have hot bachelors, different stuff like that. We chop it up. We get comfortable. We smoke. We drink. We do whatever we got to do. And then we relax together this special time. And we talk about whatever's on our minds. If you have some comments, questions, or concerns, please get at me. If you're catching this off of Facebook and we're friends, do the inbox. If not, you can watch me on YouTube on the Miss P Flaco channel. That is MSPFLACO. And there will be links at the end of the show. So if you're trying to get in contact with me, you will be informed on how to do so. Now, first thing we're going to jump right into, I would like to jump into the truth moment. A truth moment is when you take that time to just go ahead and be real, say what's ever on your heart or what's ever on your mind, and just be honest. Because a lot of times we put on a certain facade or personality for the people that we're around, and we're not being fake per se, but you're not necessarily telling the truth. You just sugarcoating it. So I want to get to the point and have a truth moment. So, like I said, I have been gone for maybe 2 weeks. We did episode 7. I did a little mini film, so to speak, for the in between time, I guess, between this video and the last video. And that is because, unfortunately, my mom has been sick. And I'm smiling because when you in a lot of pain and you going through something serious, you just have to laugh and try to smile through, the hard times. But my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and we're going to start going through, that journey together, me and her. It's just me and my mom and my son, my boyfriend and my god baby. I don't have a big family. I got a couple friends, and the people that are in my life, I do care a great deal about. And, my mom is a very special part of my heart. And she is not feeling well, but she is very strong. We did not know, her health condition was until she came back home to Detroit, and we started, noticing some different things. So, for this truth moment, I guess I just want to say Definitely, if you feel like you're having some pains or some difficulties or something wrong with your body, whether it be a physical thing or an emotional thing, please go to the doctor and get yourself checked out. That is so important to be informed as far as what's going on with your health. Again, that could be physical or mental, but you want to be strong. Go see your doctor. Make an appointment. Go through urgent care. Go online and try to see if you can find some free health care. If you don't got it, they got reduced prices if you go to like total health care or um what's another one? What's another one? Google. Whenever I have a question or a brain fart or I forget something or I need some information, I will Google the shit out of it. So why don't you Google free healthcare? I know total healthcare is they have a copay system, but it's like really, really cheap. It might be like $10 or $12, and if you had kids, you might be able to get some free insurance. But don't let not having insurance be an excuse not to go to the doctors. There are clinics and centers out there to assist you. So anyway, with my mom having, breast cancer, I wanna support her, on this crusade and be strong with her because I know we're gonna be able to beat this thing. She's not unhealthy now, but for those of you who have been through, cancer with somebody, it's gonna get, worse before it gets better, especially once they start doing treatment. And it's crazy because you're like, how can treatment or care make you feel worse? But that's how it is. It has to take a beating and recover. So we are gonna go through that. But my mom has to quit smoking, and I am also a smoker, and I'm gonna be caring for her, which means I'm probably gonna have to quit smoking. And I mean, and that's not necessarily the good stuff. We can mess with the medical and all that, but just as far as cigarettes, tobacco products, we both have to quit smoking. She definitely does, but she can't be around any secondhand smoke either, which means I'm probably gonna have to quit smoking. I don't think that cigarettes are serious enough to where I need to smoke outside in the dead of winter or in the middle of the night in my car. you know my man doesn't smoke. I don't really need it to be around my kids. So I think that quitting smoking is going to be a positive thing. But stay tuned for my journey with my mother as well as my journey to figure out how to quit smoking. Now, because my mom isn't feeling well and she's getting assistance, they're going to send her the gum. So I will let you know if the gum works. I know that she has quit before using the gum. I don't like the gum because when I chew it, it makes my throat itch, and I don't know what that's about. But she's gonna go with a Nicorette to try to quit for herself, and then again, she's gonna have to double check to make sure that that's okay because you have to be very careful what you put in your body. So, me personally, I might try some regular gum. I like to put stuff in my mouth, but that's a whole nother story. But keep Flaco without cigarettes. The saga continues. We're gonna learn to be better people together. So if you want to join me and my mom in the Quit Smoking Cigarettes Crusade, please send me some shout outs or some love. And if I get any tips or information on how to quit smoking, I will make sure that I post that information for you guys because it is going to be a struggle. Um, Also, just touching on, just more truths and what's going on as far as my mom and cancer in general, and just reaching out to people, I guess, that you don't generally get a chance to spend time with. I'm always harping on, call your family, call your loved ones. If you guys haven't talked in a while, or, squash the beef, whatever it is, just squash it, squash it. But there comes a time where you run into people who have closed hearts, and even when you reach out to them, they still don't respond or reciprocate the way that you want to. And I just want to say, don't give up on those people, but don't, drain your energy on people with closed hearts who aren't going to be able to receive the love that you want to give them, because your love is precious, your love is important, and You got to value yourself and the things you do in order for people to reciprocate that same thing. And if you constantly in a person's face telling you, you know, that they don't want you to be around, then, you know, fuck it. You got to move on and, you know, keep pressing forward. And when they are ready, they will come to you. So that's just a little more truth for you. Stop forcing your love upon people with closed hearts, because if they're not ready to receive it, if their heart's not open, you know, you're never going to get what you want, and it's only going to continue to hurt you. Because when you upset, you're not hurting nobody but yourself. Ain't nobody thinking about you being mad or you got a fucking attitude. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. We not thinking about you, and you know, vice versa. That goes for me as well. And I really am emotional, but we won't get into that either right now because we are going to keep going forward. I don't have a lot of time. I don't sit here and ramble for hours. You know, I get it in. I hit my little topics. If I have some interviews, we do that, and then I'm out. So, we're going to jump right on in to your diet and your health tip. And I want to talk about the booty. Now, the reason why I want to talk about the booty, because booties is nice. Now, I'm a woman, and that's what's up. And I don't gotta be gay to like asses. I like asses on men and women. A nice tight ass on a man is good. A nice juicy booty on a bitch is that's what's up. So, on an older season of Flaco's View, I talked about different leg lifts and squats as far as helping you keep your booty tight and keeping it round shape. Now, I got this information off an interview that I once saw with J Lo, and since J Lo has a nice ass, and we talking about 20 years later, I consider her to be an authority, you know, in a nice booty club. So, for more information about that, you could Google different types of leg squats and thrusts and that sort of thing. Now, when I say leg squats are the ones I do them where you know, you bend down and you squat. Before the legs lifts, what you do is you walk up and you know you can either face the wall or have your back to the wall, but I prefer to face the wall. Holding the wall with your hands like this, I do my leg lifts out to the side. And no, you can't see me, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, you know, in the frontwards. You can do some to the back, and those are supposed to lift your booty up. But what makes them round is doing your leg lifts to the sides. You do maybe 10 on each side. Do, you know, 4 to 8 reps, depending on how much you want to really work on it. It helps your thighs as well as your booty. But other ways, if you don't really have a booty and you're trying to get one, you could always eat a lot of biscuits. No. I don't know. I'm sure biscuits help, but that's not actually, you know, anything that's been proven. But get your bread and your butter and your potatoes on and put on a little weight and then try to work out and get your booty rounded. But I'm going to keep it real because that's what we do right here. Another good thing for your booty, especially if you don't have one, if you're trying to develop an ass, is to let your mate play with your booty. And I know you're like, why did you just say that? But I'm serious. Anal sex or, you know, anal play is a stimulator for the growth of the booty. And I know some females will attest to saying once they started having anal sex, they hips spread and, you know, gave the appearance of a larger derriere. So you might want to try some of that. Speaking of anal sex, I want to have a little discussion about sex toys. Please continue to stay tuned for that. When we come back, I'm going to bring out some different props and we're going to discuss some of these items, and feel free to comment. I also want to have a guest come on here. If you are a swinger or into group sex or have a kinky fetish, maybe you like people to slap you with peanut butter, I don't know, but get at me if you're interested in being on the show and you want to talk about some of your nasty sexual experiences. I'm also looking for people who want to talk about relationship deal breakers. That would be examples of when you were with somebody and they did or said something and you was like, oh, hell no, you got to go. So stay tuned for sex toys. We will be right back.
are filled with strangers. Today the streets are filled with strangers. Calling names and choosing sides. Today the streets are filled with strangers. Today the streets are filled with strangers. Calling names and choosing sides. Choosing sides. Today the, yeah, come on. Today the, yeah, come on. Today the, yeah, come on. Today the streets, yeah. Today the streets are filled with strangers and it's danger.
All right. Welcome back to the love corner. No, I'm just bullshitting. But like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about some sex, y'all. Because I got to thinking, especially when I was doing the booty segment, that a lot of people, especially in the African American community, we're all about big booties. But I don't think that people talk or are really educated on anal sex or, different toys. And I like to speak to both men and women, so we talk about relationships. And I got a couple of items that I wanted to go over with you guys. And, I got my hot candle over here. We're about to get it in. I guess the first thing I want to talk about will probably have to be the dice. These are some nasty dice. And basically the whole point is you play with your partner or a group of friends, however freaky you are, and you do whatever the dice says. One has a direction, the other has a body part. For instance, you shake them up, roll them. This one says kiss and ear. Hold on. Yeah. So I feel silly, but anyway. So, and that's what you obviously would do to, your mate or whatever the case may be. And I'm sure it gets more interesting like that. Like it has teased nipples and blow privates and asses on here. And ooh, baby, you could just have a real nice time. And you don't have to be very creative because the dice does the work for you. These dice are about $10, I believe. You can get them at Cirilla's or a porno shop or a Pure Pleasure or order them online. Wherever you choose to get it from, but they are affordable and, guaranteed a good time for all if, you into playing games. So keep that in mind. You got your sexy dice. What else is going on right here? I got a couple of items. Now, this is good for solo play as well as partner pleasure. These in this lovely little sack here are Benoit balls, and I hope I'm saying that right because I might not be. These are small balls here. I've definitely seen some considerably larger, like quarter size, and uh, basically what you do, they are for females generally, and she would put them in or up her vagina, in your vagina, if that's if that's what you want to call it. Your vajayjay, your Cuda Cat, Cookie Monster, the jar, your platinum pancakes, but you want to insert the balls. And I personally like to walk around with them because that's when you have the most interesting time, because the whole point is to contract your muscles and keep them inside. So you walking and they moving around and you're feeling things. And I made the mistake of wearing them to work once, and that was a bad idea. But to the club or at a party, depending on how strong your Kegel muscles are, you might want to go ahead and try these. But these are balls, or Benoit balls, and they are lots of fun. You can have sex with them inside you, and that is interesting as well. It gets a lot of extra, it's a lot of balls. I'm sorry, but you might want to try them, and then they come in a nice little pouch. I think these might have been 15 or $16. They might have been a little more, but they were definitely no more than 20. So you got your dice and your balls, and you can play the game while these are inside of you with the dice and do like a double thing and just get extra freaky if that's what you into. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Mm. It is getting hot in here. Woo! So now we talked about some different stuff. Maybe your issue is oral sex. You might not want to, put it all the way in your mouth. You might want to, play around the thing, whatever your issue may be, but they do have help for you. Some females might prefer, the flavored spray that'll numb the back of your throat, and it allows you to, it minimizes the gag reflex so you can go harder, so to speak, with the job that you're doing. It makes you work harder. Me, personally, I like the Go Deep Oral Sex Mints. These are about $6, and what you do is when you are ready for action, I would say maybe 15 minutes or so before, depending on how crazy you want to get, because some bitches, we call them cock gaggers. It's a lot of thrusting and all this type of shit, and it really hurts the back of your throat. So it'll cause you to gag. You might even throw up, that sort of thing. So by using the mints a little bit beforehand, it numbs the area, so you're not really affected by it. And if you're a real nasty, slutty whore, I would say take two and go for it. But never go to the point to where you're taking 3 or 4 at a time. Not only does it make the area too numb to where you can't feel what's happening with your mouth, but it doesn't necessarily make the numbness last longer. It just makes your whole shit shut down. Like, you can't even really move it. It's not an enjoyable thing when you overdo it with the men. So I would say no more than 2 at a time. And then men, you can also use these as well. They not only numb the area, but they give like a tingling sensation to the female as well as your mouth area. So these are the Go Deep Oral Mints. I like those. What else we got? So we were talking about the squats and the health and the anal sex or whatever, right? And with anal sex, you have to be careful, because if you don't have the proper lubrication, you will get tearing, and you could probably get, like a hemorrhoid, and it's not a good thing for you to just be aggressive with your booty. You need some lubrication for that ass. So I have here, this is Anal Ease. This was $10. It was cherry flavored. Why it's flavored, I don't know, but it definitely numbs the anal area. And you wouldn't just only put this, around the hole. You would put it on the toy or your finger as well for extra lubrication and the numbing action. This particular brand was recommended by the gentleman at the store. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to just put all my business out in the street like that as far as, what I'm into and what I'm doing. But I can say that you need some sort of protection. And, this does the job. Now, for those of you who don't know, you might be wondering, well, what do you do? So let's take a look at an anal toy, and I'll kind of give you a mini demonstration. So this one I have right here is an anal vibrator. Well, hold on 1 second. Let me get it open. Okay. This anal vibrator was about $15. It does take batteries. And I don't even know if there's any in here right now. but this is where the batteries would go. But anywho, you can get the point. What you would do is you would take your anal gleeze, and it comes in a tube like my lip gloss, and you would squeeze it around and down the area. And then once it's on your hands, you can also rub it around, the opening, and insert it. What's nice about this particular plug is that it has the rounded tip, and it starts off small and gradually gets bigger. Now, like I said, this one is also a vibrator, which is why it has this controller on here, and you can make it go, 3 or 4 different speeds, depending on, the kinkiness of your partner. So, you might want to, consider trying something like that. If you don't really want to use your hand, this is a relatively small device. There are some that are much, much bigger, and, stuff like that. Not, like I said, not only does anal stimulation, spread the hips and just promote juiciness of the booty, it could be a lot of fun too. So if that's what you into, you might want to give that a shot. I got just a few more things, and then we're gonna wrap it up a little quickly. I also have this set of anal beads. Now, this particular one starts off small, and like I said, the beads gradually get much bigger. And what you would want to do is the same thing that you would do with the anal vibrator. You would definitely want to lube up your beads, and then of course lube up the entry or where you're going with this. Another big thing with anal sex is I recommend taking a fucking Tylenol before you let somebody fuck with your ass, because you want to be relaxed. You want the area to be relaxed. You don't want to feel any pain, and so take an extra strength or a Motrin like an hour before. Get yourself prepared for what you're about to do, because it's supposed to be enjoyable, and it can be, but you have to be in the right state of mind. So take a Tylenol. Make sure you got your anal lube. He puts it on the toy. He puts it on you, and then he eases it very slowly. Kissing the bottom and rubbing and massaging the area. And the more, sensual or loving he is with the way he does it, the easier and the more enjoyable it'll be, for his partner. So you might want to try these and, use responsibly. The last thing I'm going to show you is old fashioned, but it gets the job done. This is a paddle. Maybe you don't want nobody sticking nothing in your ass, and that's fine. Another type of anal play would be spankings. Now, this is the Stinger 2. The Stinger 2 is not for amateurs. To start with, when you first get your first spanking, you would want to have your partner do it with his hand. You would want him to massage the area and warm his hand and rub your bottom as well, as he hits you, gradually getting harder, starting softly to harder. He will also want to rub the area and not hit you in the same spot too many times. And the same principle applies when you use a paddle. You want to rub the area. You want to rub the area. You want to do it gradually to get harder. And, that's basically it. But, anal play is definitely something that you would want to do with a loved one. I wouldn't let a stranger or a man I just met do anything with my ass, because it is a delicate area, and again, it needs love and affection. So if you're not with somebody you trust, don't let him do nothing to your booty, girl. Don't let him do nothing to your booty. Anyway, we gonna get ready to wrap it up. Coming next week, I do hope to have some hot interviews for you guys. I am going to be doing Game Face Business. It is it's like a mini series. It's kind of like The Wire. It's something I've been doing with Jigsaw. I am a murder mommy, so be looking for that. Also, keep staying tuned for more videos and hot tips. If you thought the sex toys, or you want to talk about the diet and the health tip, or you want to talk about our truth moment, get at me. You know, it's been very real. Again, my name is P Flaco the Gangster. Shout out to all my fans. You can follow me on Twitter at P_Flaco, FLACO. You can also follow me on Instagram at PFlaco Music for hot topics, pictures, videos, links, show dates. I just performed at the IROC last week and it was dope. Again, like I said, since I'm going through this journey with my mom, I'm going to do all I can to continue to be consistent with my videos, but there will be times where you're just going to have to bear with me because we don't know what's going to happen or how this journey is going to go. So please pray for me and my family right now as we go through this interesting time. We're going to be positive. If you're interested in being a bachelor or a bachelorette and you're looking for love, I am sponsoring people to come on the show. We have already had some good people on here, and I had some hits, but I would like some more. So if you're interested in talking about what your good qualities are and what you are looking for in a mate, get at your girl. We are here. If you just want to do an interview regarding whatever it is you do, you could be a producer, you could be a musician, you could be a writer, you could be a model, you could be an actress, you could be a journalist. I don't really care what you do, but if you're doing something positive and you would like to be featured, please get at me. My email is pflaco@live.com. That is pflaco@live.com. We will be back soon. Stay tuned for the footage and all that good stuff and, you know, the links or whatever. It is another beautiful Sunday. Please, kiss your babies, hug them, love them. You know, you handle your business because Monday is coming and we got to go out there and we got to go get it. It has been beautiful. I'm glad to be back. Please stay tuned. I love being me and doing what I do. I am P Flaco the Gangster, and I'll see you next time.
Whew. Oh, boy. Pass that shit. Nah, me. Oh, boy. Yeah. 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 See, I don't even know who I've become. Hate to be this way, yet it seems that I can't overcome the darkness, insanity. Damn, where'd I leave my drink? I need to feel the numbness given by all the Hennessy. Drink it up, toss it back.